My appointed navigator was Zeke Skimberry, a local fisherman who'd spent his life on the river. He could judge her moods and read her signs better than any man in the region.
Thanks for the ride, Mr. Skimberry. Pat Conroy.
Welcome. Ida, this here's Pat Conroy.
Hey, Luther, you got any 25? And bring me a Spanish if you got it. Mr. Conroy.
Wife, Ida. That's queen trigger. Ever seen one of them? Nope. Best eating fish in the sea. Good catch.
For many years, Ezra Bennington had been in charge of the school district that included Yamacraw Island.
Yeah, thank you, Zeke. Well, Mr. Conroy, it is a great pleasure to meet you.
Well, it's good to meet you, sir.
And you, sir, are gonna love Yamacraw.
I expect I will.
When Bennington's domain was absorbed by Beaumont County, Piedmont had made him deputy superintendent, a lofty title for a position that amounted to little more than local errand boy.
There was a time when Yamacraw oysters were world famous.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, you know, perils of modern age and, you know, most folks moving off and the ones left behind, well, they're just living off what the island provides.
Still kind of primitive then, huh?
Well, I helped put electricity a few years back. For the sake of children. Lord knows I worked to get those kids educated. I love them as my own, actually. Am I right about that, Zeke?
Yes, sir, Mr. Bennington.
Possible preacher on the suckies. Hello, preacher man. That's a new teacher. Man, new teacher coming. We're gonna be late. I don't care about no teacher, man. Hey, they say you're supposed to be outlaw.
What if I commute? If I had my own boat?
No. You'd never be able to navigate these waters.
Oh, I'm sure I could learn.
No. Zeke's got the only boat comes out here. He's the only man that can get us through all of this stuff.
How about the kids? Don't they ever get off the island?
Oh, yeah. They've crossed over to the mainland eventually. I mean, there's no work on Yamacraw. Mr. Conroy, Yamacraw is just one big old alligator I've been wrestling with this for years and years and years. Mrs. Brown was the first decent teacher that I could get to live here full time.
Come on, join the chain gang. You all will pay attention and follow my instructions. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The only white folks on the island were Ted Stone and his wife. Somehow, being a decorated veteran of World War II, qualified Ted to be chief of police, fire marshal, and game warden.
Ted, it's Pat Conroy. Have a look at our school.
Mr. Stone?
He also delivered the mail for his wife, Lou, the official postmistress, who was a mechanic at heart and drove the Yamacraw school bus.
Lou. Pat Conroy here.
Morning, ma'am. I understand y'all folks know around here.
That a fact.
Y'all live here long, Mr. Stone?
Long enough.
Show me the flower. Y'all sit up straight. Mind your manners.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't act your color.
So I'm driving, Ted.
Got you here, didn't I?
Yeah, barely.
Mr. Bennington, what an honor it is to have you visit with us, sir. Could this possibly be our new addition?
Well, if he accepts our offer, which I am certain that he will once he gets to know you, Mrs. Brown. Mr. Conroy?
Welcome overseas, Mr. Conroy.
Thank you very much. You can just call me Pat.
Things are rough overseas, Mr. Conroy. Missionary work is what it is. Mr. Bennington's the only one who understands.
Hell, you...
Children, say good morning to Mr. Bennington.
Good morning, Mr. Bennington.
And to Mr. Conroy.
Good morning, Mr. Conroy.
Roy.
You know, I used to go to school just like this one. That's the truth. Yeah, one room, hot belly in the corner, right over there. And look where I got, huh? Now, you itty bits, now you listen hard to Mrs. Brown, and hopefully Mr. Conroy, and you work even harder, huh? Well, you're all gonna get to be big and important, just like me. Are y'all gonna do that?
Yes, sir.
Ha! Bless you, Esther. I knew you could bring the little ones up.
I try, Mr. Bennington. I do try.
Barbara and I met 6 months after her husband died.
Mommy, that man's here again.
She believed in a contented home, a happy family, admired order, and used a napkin. I used the back of my hand and thrived on chaos. But we fell in love anyway and planned to be married later that fall.
So, did you get it?
Get what?
Don't be a dork, Conroy.
Yeah, quit being a dork.
You put me in a dork, huh? Well, you're looking at the #2 educator at Yammer Island.
Way to go, Conroy. Very cool.
Night, night, sweetie pie. I got a split. What's that? 5th grade lesson plan?
It's just as hard as high school, maybe harder, you'll see.
Are you trying to tell me I can't get by my winning Conroy charm?
I just don't understand why you can't commute. It's not that far across the river.
Well, they want me to be sort of a presence. Anyway, they tell me there's no boat.
Whoa, wait. Do they know you're getting married in 2 months? What about after that? That's crazy, seriously.
Tell me about it, I know.
In case you don't remember, there's a little girl up there that still calls you that man. She needs her daddy, who's going to be you, by the way.
I know. I'll get on their case. Had to get the job first, right?
Hang on. One teacher to another.
Wow. I love you.
Ready? You should check it out. Check it out. It saved me more than once. I mean, I'm not kidding.
Here, let me help you.
Hey, good luck to you, Mr. Conroy.
Thanks, Mrs. Skimbeck.
It's Ida.
Thanks, Ida. You ever see any boats for sale around Bluffton?
No, none.
Just need a little one.
How little?
to get me Yamacron back?
Mr. Bennington says...
Let's forget what Mr. Bennington says. I need my own boat. Thanks, Mr. Stone. Appreciate it.
You know, a lot of gals ain't got hair as long as you.
Have you ever taught colored children before, Mr. Conroy?
Well, for 2 years,
At the elementary level.
No, I haven't.
You're going to have the older grades, 5 through 8. Now, treat them stern, be tough, keep them hard at the work, or they'll run you right out the door.
Mrs. Brown,
You'll be in here.
This is great.
I know colored people better than you do. Thank you to monitor that door, Ethel. I am one myself, in case you hadn't noticed. That is why I know you have to step on them. Step on them every day and keep stepping on them. If you have any trouble, Professor Medicine is right next door. In your seats, eyes ahead, and close your mouths.
Get here.
All right. Break it up. Settle down, everybody. Good morning, my young geniuses of Yamacraw. Are you all ready to learn today? Well, you're gonna be. And you know what we're gonna start with? We're gonna start with my name, Mr. Conroy. Can you say it? Let's hear it. Okay, hold on. We'll break it up in 2 parts. Mr. Conroy.
Most of them have slow brains. But you all can learn if you work. If you stop being such lazy people. Now, I know some of you in here were born simple-minded. You know who you are. And we know that you can't help being that way. That just means you got to work even harder than your lazy friends. Simple-minded people have to be pushed and whipped harder than anybody.
Everybody start shaking. Everybody shake loose, huh? Fingertips down to your toes, shake your hips, everything. We're gonna dust the cobwebs off those smart little brains. Okay, have a seat. Very good. Don't y'all feel awake now? No. All right, you see those papers and pencils in front of you there? I want to know everything about y'all. I want to know what you like and what you don't like and what makes you tick.
Tick.
No, trust me now. Okay, so for the next 20 minutes, I want you to write down everything about yourselves, okay? Ready, set, go. Seriously, grab your pencils, everybody, grab your pencils, everybody. And just start writing down everything, all about yourselves. Don't sweat the grammar, the spelling, any of that nonsense. Just get to writing, write it down, everything. Don't worry about a thing. What's your name, son?
Prophet.
Ethel. Charles. I'm cooler like ice. Mary. Oscar, sir. Cindy Lou. Frank. Lincoln.
Lincoln. What country do we live in? What's the name of this grand old red, white, and blue nation of ours, huh? Land of the free, home of the brave, place you all were born. Come on, gang. Somebody must know what country we live in. America. Does that ring a bell? No? No one here has ever heard of the United States of America?
Oh, yeah. I hit it and I pledge allegiance.
Yes. Pledge of Allegiance. Very good, Ethel.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me. Young man,
Yes, sir.
what's your name?
Saul, sir.
Saul, do you know who the first president of the United States was?
George Washington.
Right on, Saul. Very good. Just imagine how well you do if you paid a little more attention in here. Okay. Hey, now that we're on a roll, everybody, now that we're on a roll, I want someone to tell me the name of that big old ocean that washes up on the far side of Yamacraw. That big old body of water.
Body? I ain't seen nobody. Nobody ain't seen nobody. That's what the teacher...
Very good, Charles. Thank you. No, but what I mean is, the body of water. No? Okay. Now, this is the mainland right here. And you all live on an island. You know that, right? You know that you live on an island?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, this is the mainland, this is the island. This here is the river. Now, it's pretty wide, but you can still see the land on the other side. And then all of this over here is what you call an ocean. Because it's so big that you can't see any land on the other side. And the name of this ocean is the Atlantic. A-T-L-A-N-T-I-C. Atlantic. So, for $64 million, who can tell me the name of that big old body of water that washes up on the far side of Yamacraw?
Atlantic.
All right, Atlantic. Now everybody.
Atlantic.
Very good. Hey, kids.
It's all.
Come on.
My pre-Yamacraw theory of teaching was pretty basic. I figured a good teacher had to show a bit of insanity, or at least look as if he was out of control, if he wanted to catch and hold the attention of his students.
I'm George Washington, and I'm the leader of the Continental Army, and I'm gonna whoop you. Well, you people can't beat the British Army. It's the greatest army in the whole world. Oh, yeah? That's cheating. I wasn't ready. Welcome to America, Mr. King. Bam!
All right, so this is a set shot, okay? You're gonna have your knees bent, and when you get your arm up, you want this to make an L, all right? And you go up, and you make it. All right, Lincoln, bring it back here. All right, now you guys all get a turn, all right? But Lincoln, you go first. What is that they're speaking?
Oh, awful gibberish, isn't it? Lord knows I have tried to beat it out of them.
What I mean is, what language is it?
Gullah dialect. It goes all the way back to the slavery days. Left over from Africa. Young men and young ladies needed to go first. You stand up. You and I are outsiders on Yamacroft. You better get used to it. Come on. Stand up. Good. Oh, boy.
Hi there.
What you want?
I thought I'd introduce myself.
I know who you is, teacher man.
My name's Conroy. Pat Conroy.
No matter what your name, what you teach, that's what matter. You do right with my grands, or I'm gonna have to get old Betsy out of the house and drop you that.
Well, that's why I'm here, ma'am. I'm gonna do my best.
Will you come? They send old Miss Glover out to pasture. For 40 years, that's all she say. Do my best. She never teach nobody around here nothing. Except yes, sir, and no, sir.
Well, I'm gonna change all that, ma'am. But I can't do it alone. Need some support. I wanna get the parents involved.
Finally, I started to get the picture. I was a foreigner in Yamacraw the same way the children were foreigners in America. The parents knew firsthand that sitting in that schoolhouse led nowhere, and they'd pass their failed dreams along to their kids.
That's right. We'll just slide them into like a little semicircle. Okay. All right, gang. All right. All right, gang. Have a seat. Have a seat. Okay. What I figure is if we're going to spend a whole year together, we better get to know each other. So we're going to spend the day today, the entire day just talking.
About what we talking, teacher?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Well, we're going to talk about what you like, what you don't like, what turns you crank, you know, anything that you want, really.
So, we don't know about no crank.
No. What I mean is, you know what? How about we just start? Okay. I guess I'll go first, right? Okay. Well, I was born poor, white, and ugly.
He got that right.
But see, I've grown up. I'm still poor. I'm still white.
You still ugly.
So let's see. I've got four
I told
brothers.
them about my mother and how she loved books, and how my father flew jets, and my 4 brothers and 2 sisters, about how much I loved basketball, and that I was getting married to Barbara, who had a daughter named Jenny, and how her husband died, and all about our little yellow car that looked like a bug and was made in a country called Germany on the other side of the...
Good.
Then Cindy Lou told me all about scrinching squirrels.
You just stuck you right on the stuck and then pump over the hot fire and then the fur. All of a sudden you switch right up and then you just brush it off, else if you just want to fry you just slip the belly and then peel the skin back so you all smooth. Just like a grape.
Yuck!
Oh, it's so good.
You don't even know what you're talking about. Hey, teacher man. This is Conroy. You ever seen a snake milk a cow?
No, that's bull.
Snake can't milk no bull, man.
Well, it can't milk no cow neither.
I seen it.
Me too. It wicked.
Has anybody else in here witnessed this bovine phenomenon?
I seen it. You know, one time I seen one so big, he milk a cow dry.
Yep. Right.
You swear?
Yes, ma'am.
Ethel, come on. What's the truth?
Yeah, tell
Yes, sir, Mr. Conroy. It's sure right. I've seen plenty of snake milk cows.
Mm-hmm. And do they take that milk and put it in bottles and then sell it at the store?
Oh, man. No, they suck it right up. Oh, man, here comes the news.
Have you heard this story about the snake?
You are going to lose the respect of those children.
I don't.
Your approach.
Can't they have a little fun too?
I have already told you about colored children. They need whipping. They understand whipping. Believe me.
Well, ma'am, I can understand your point of view.
Okay, that's good. These are your textbooks.
Textbooks? No.
The state requires the students to read these books.
Mrs. Brown, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but those kids don't know what country that they live in. They can't recite the alphabet. They can't spell their own name. They can't add 2 and 2, and you expect them to read from this
That's
book?
beside the point. The state requires them to read the books.
Mrs. Brown, what if they can't?
Mr. Conroy, your job is to make them.
Excuse me, Miss Stone. Hi. There's a sign up the road says there a library's this way.
Ain't open.
Oh, but there is one.
Of course.
Well, could you tell me the hours and then maybe I'll come?
You want a book?
No, I just want to.
Libraries are for books. Now, you want a book? I'll open it up. You want to just look? I ain't got time.
Oh, so you mean that you're the...
Ted really hates Nazis.
You get tax money back for giving away things to education. So I got Ted to donate his entire collection. Not that any of them young'uns ever come in here and raid them.
You know, I don't think those kids know too much about war.
Well, I say a book's a book. How are you getting along with Miss Brown?
Okay, not bad.
Ask me, that woman's a savior. At least she teaches them ragamuffins some manners, how to show respect.
She does that all right.
Oh, honey, them doors ain't been open in I don't know how long.
Oh, whoa. What is all this?
Come last year from the state. I was gonna send it all back, but heck, it was free.
Well, thanks to you, Yamacraw Island has just entered the audiovisual age. All right, everybody knows who this is, right? Saul, we talked about him.
Who that be?
He was the head of the Continental Army.
Who is that?
George Washington. George Washington.
Who that?
By looking at her crown, you can tell she's a royalty.
Who's she?
That's Queen Elizabeth. Have you ever heard of Napoleon? Desi Arnaz, Lucille Ball? This is our 16th president. We talked about this man just recently. He's our president right now, 1969.
Man, who that?
Richard Nixon. All right, greatest baseball player in the major leagues. Center fielder for the Giants. No one? That was Willie Mays.
right here. And number one, right there. Right there. It's working. Coming to you on the dusty road. I trust no one. And when you get in, you got something. Don't worry, 'cause I'm coming. I'm a soul man.
Miss Brown, let me handle this one. Okay?
Why should I?
Well, because you know what? Because
Why should I, Conroy?
Because you are right. You are so incredibly, absolutely right. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna take charge of these kids. I'm gonna kick a few rear ends. I'm gonna show them who's boss. I'm gonna take charge.
I'm a soul man.
Charles. What is that? What are you doing there?
Soul, sir.
Is that what you call that? You call that soul?
Yes, sir.
Well, I gotta tell you, Charles, you're one groovy dude.
What's that, groovy?
Groovy? Well, it means you're cool, man.
Cool, Charles.
Yeah, what do you think? My man Charles pretty cool? Who else wants to give it a try?
Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus, just to take him at his word, just to rest upon his promise, and to know thus saith the Lord.
Go, Frank, go.
All the rest of that day, the children, whose physical lives were ruled by a river, showed me how their imaginations knew no bounds.
My man.
Fresh baked pie.
Oh, excuse me. No, saying and carrying on like that is a waste of time. If you do not follow the curriculum, I'm going to have to report you.
Report me.
As principal of the school, the proper education of these children is my responsibility.
Oh, well, that's a relief. I thought I was going to have to do it.
Do what?
To report that somehow the educational process here, that most kids in this school, by the time they get to the senior grades, are completely illiterate.
That's not my doing.
Is Piedmont now?
I expect so. But then it is not your job to tell him.
And why is that?
Chain of command.
Chain of command?
That's the rule.
Oh, yeah, the rule. I gotta tell you, Mrs. Brown, me and rules, we don't get along too well.
Miss Conroy, rules and I.
Rules and I knew that.
Sir?
Dr. Piedmont.
Hold on, sir. You can't be trespassing. Do you know this man, Dr. Piedmont?
Mr. Conroy, pleasure.
Real sorry to bother you on Saturday.
Sam, don't mind them. They're kind of fussy about the protocol and the dress code around here. So tell me about Yamacraw. Things going all right?
No, sir. It's not all right at all. I think there's something I want to tell you about that.
I'm all ears, boy.
While at Columbia University, Piedmont had studied books on administrative procedure. Every thesis he read stressed how the successful superintendent demanded strict adherence to the
chain of command, boy. You told me you understood the concept.
I do, sir. I do. But I thought that you'd want to know about that.
You were a godsend to me.
Yeah, you mentioned
Day
that.
and night I prayed for an answer to the conundrum of Yamacraw, and then you come here to my doorway out of the blue, a miracle.
Yes, sir, but now that I've been there...
Yeah, now that you've been there, you won't let me down.
No, that's
I
not
suppose
it
it's
at all.
none of my business, and maybe this is a matter between you and your conscience, but I do not understand how you can disappoint those little children. No, now listen to me, boy. It's a gift to listen. Don't you know you're their salvation? You're their hope. And I want to tell you something else, though I believe you're too young and you're too naive to understand this. But from the bottom of my heart, I know that Yamacraw is your divine calling. You stay strong, boy. Stay strong.
Take the wheel. Huh? You can't take your own boat out here if you don't know the water. Really? Over due east.
More than simply pointing out the underwater hazards, Zeke guided my path toward an awareness of the ebb and flow of the tides. Then he directed my attention to the coming of the sun as it awakened the horizon with the vibrant color that inspired poets and foretold the weather.
That tune came from the 50 greatest all-time classical hits. Huh? You're excited, I can see that. Okay, now this next number is gonna be by this long-haired cat named Beethoven. Okay, so what's his name? Beethoven, you got it. All right, good, that's right. Now this guy wrote some pretty heavy tunes. He came from Germany. This is Germany. It's on the continent of Europe. And what's the name of that continent?
Europe.
All right. You guys are hip? You're getting it. Okay, now this song about Beethoven was one of his most famous songs. It's all about how death was this ghost that was coming to his house and started knocking on his door. Now, Beethoven, he got to thinking, if something this heavy was going to come and knock on his door, it might sound like dun, 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 dun. Okay, everybody.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Is everybody ready? Want to hear Death Ghost?
Yeah. I'm ready.
I'm ready for that ghost.
You hear him knocking? It's sharp. Sharp. All right, how about this one? Take a listen to this. No, but if you listen, this song is like what a mama might sing when she wants her baby to go to sleep. Do y'all want to know a secret?
It's a secret.
You guys learn as good and as fast as anyone I've known my whole life.
Really smart.
You are smart. You are. And you know what? From now on, you guys are going to become the most advanced scholars on classical music out of any school in all of Beaumont County. Huh? How does that sound? How does that sound? Is that right? That's right. And we're going to test those brains right now. We're going to test. All right, your first test. Very good, you guys. That's good.
I can't believe this. Just a while ago, it was way off, and now it's 2 weeks away. 13 days. It's amazing. Hey, what do you think? Too fussy? Maybe not orchids. Hello? Anyone home?
I'm sorry, babe. I just, you know, I gotta get these kids off the island, break this cycle. Here you go, sweetie. I gotta get them, you know, I gotta connect them to the world. Otherwise, they're gonna get eaten alive by people even less enlightened than Piedmont and Bennington.
But you can't because...
Because the #1 educator, you know, McCraw, she's a case.
Well, maybe the old Conroy style isn't the best approach.
This woman, she is so...
Scared is what she is. Professional black woman trying to make it in the white male South. And then you come in, Mr. Loose Cannon, with your big plans and your big attitude.
Attitude, maybe?
Yeah, you, Conroy. And just be the you I fell in love with, and you'll be fine.
All right, gang. I'm gonna tell you about my great-great-granddaddy, El Ferdinand de Burrito El Castillo Conroy. Now, see, he's a world-famous explorer because he's the first man to swim from Spain all the way to North America. No. And from that day forward, they called this the Conroy Ocean.
You lie, teacher man.
Well, how do you know?
Because it ain't no Conroy Ocean.
You said it called that.
Mr. Conroy, look on his right.
Oh,
It says Atlantic Ocean. You don't
busted.
say Conroy.
You're right. But see, now you know that you don't have to believe something just because I say it's true. See, we live in a free country. And what that means is we're free to disagree with what anyone says, even the teacher.
Give me that.
Hey, Prophet, Oscar, hey, just leave it on the floor, okay? You see, there was a great American, and his name was Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he believed we must always question rules and laws and not believe a thing's true just because the big cheese say so. All right, you know what? Y'all look a little tired. So let's take a nap. Everybody put your head down, close your eyes, take a little nap. And when I count to 3, I want all you to pop up, open your eyes, and be wide awake, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Yep. I'm asleep.
You don't always hear what I'm saying, do you, Saul?
Okay,
hey. All right, guys, break it up.
12.
Hey, gang, Saul reads lips. You're reading my lips right now without even thinking about it. So from now on, when you guys talk to Saul, I want you to face him. I want you to articulate your words. That way he can see the shape of your mouth, and then he can understand. All right, are y'all gonna do that for me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, turn around. All right, everybody. Tell Saul you're gonna help him out.
Yeah.
I'll help you, Saul.
What you got, I don't want none of it.
I come about Saul.
Saul. My little Gran, he in trouble?
Far from it, Mrs. Graves. He's the brightest student in class.
Shh. So what you saying?
I'm saying he's almost deaf. He's been keeping it a secret.
Been that way since he was born.
Well, the other children, they won't be teasing him anymore. Just thought you want to know. So long. Hey, gang, hey. I bet you didn't know it, but this old oak, this is the original tree of knowledge. It is. It is. This tree knows everything, and I can prove it.
That tree didn't go to school. He don't know.
You see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you some hard questions, and you won't be able to get any of the answers right.
Oh, man.
But this old tree, it's going to help you. It's going to whisper that knowledge into your ears. This tree is so smart, the knowledge oozes out of the branches. Y'all ready?
No.
Oh, come on. What's the longest stinking river in the whole wide world?
Now.
Good. And what continent is it in?
Africa.
Do I come from Africa?
No, you from Ireland.
Well, Ireland is a country in Africa. What is the largest desert in the world?
Sahara.
Mr. Conroy!
Oh, man, here come the news.
The school is here for education, not for all-day recess. The state says if you are on school property, you have to abide by the rules. Y'all get your little narrow hindies out of the tree.
Hold on. We're still in class.
Class will get us in trouble.
Mr. Brown, you're right. Heck, the whole state's right. Now, hold on. But there's one thing we can do. Y'all ever hear of a field trip?
Yeah.
You want to take one?
Yeah.
All right, let's go have one. Come on.
Wait a minute, wait! Get back here! Conroy!
What's the nearest star?
The sun.
So, watch my lips. What's the closest planet to the sun?
Mercury.
What's the biggest country in the world?
China.
I live in China. Who saw the death coat?
Beethoven.
Beethoven's from Yamacraw.
Mrs. Brown had been educated in a private school where she learned the importance of what she called the fundamentals of refinement.
Mr. Conroy.
Hello, Mrs. Brown. I sure do appreciate this invitation.
We'll see about that. I believe in education. Without it, these children haven't a chance.
Exactly. That's exactly my position. I just don't think that harsh discipline is the answer.
You cannot control those children without a strap.
Well, you see, I think that...
Yes, I do see, Mr. Conroy, I do.
Well, then you must also see how important it is that these children get off the island. And I got a great idea how to do
Well, whatever it is, I cannot allow it. They need fundamentals, not field trips. Why can't you understand that?
They also need to see how the world works. This is good pie, by the way.
Miss Conroy, you were not hired to show them how the world works. Excuse me for being blunt. I am not at all sure you know how it works.
All her refinement couldn't hide the fact that she was obstinate and immovable.
Might take me a couple of days to get her fixed up.
You know, Zeke, this is
all yours.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's have it. What's going on?
What do you mean, what's going on? What do you think, Pipsqueak? You think something's going on? Huh?
Mom, is he being a dork?
Well, I got some good news and some very interesting news.
Good first.
Zeke loaned me a boat.
Okay, good so far.
And the really, really interesting news is that I invited 12 Yamacraw kids to the wedding.
I gotta say, Conroy, you're starting to grow on me.
Ain't going.
What do you mean?
Not going no place.
Staying.
Our grandma just laughed.
She laughed?
She laughed real hard. She think you joking us.
So nobody got permission?
No, sir.
Our grandma said no way.
Wanna come but can't.
No means no.
Why won't you allow these kids to go?
I'll tell you why. I know that river. I lost 3 family in that river. They sink down like quarry rocks. When they come up, they's all swelled up like toady fish. I've been living on Yamacraw all these many years, and I ain't gonna lose no grands to that river.
Nothing is gonna happen to them. I'll protect them with my life.
You young. You don't know that river. That river can eat a man.
I got Zeke Skimberry's boat, and there ain't a man around who knows the river better than Zeke.
Why you want my little ones at your big fancy white wedding anyhow?
Because these kids need as much mainland experience as they can get before they cross over. And besides, I think they're gonna have fun. You know, I know they're gonna have fun.
Fun, huh? Well, I just bet you know something about that. Miss Brown never come visit me one time. Not about Saul, not about nothing. Old Lady Glover, she never come neither, but that's on account of she figured I'd fetch old Betsy out of the house and chase her off.
Mrs. Graves, I'm gonna take care of your grandchildren. I give you my word. All right, everybody sit down. Everybody take off your coats, okay? Saul, take off your coats.
Mr. Conroy, I got a question. Mr. Conroy, I got a question.
Hey, sit down. Prophet, sit down. Lincoln, sit down. All right, I need everybody quiet, okay? In a second, the prettiest girl in the world's gonna be walking down here, okay? I want you to be good. You guys look great. You look beautiful today, baby.
What's your name?
Ethel.
My name's Jenny.
Oh, you that Jenny.
How come you here? He's my new daddy. Teach him, daddy.
I do.
Do you, Barbara, take Pat to have and to hold from this day forward, in sickness and in health, in prosperity and adversity, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
By the laws vested in me, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Morning, Mr. Stone. I'm a little late for school. Then maybe give me a ride?
You a Nazi?
No?
Heard you drive one of them old Nazi cars.
No,
I killed a bunch of Nazis. I'd kill more if I could.
Give me a word that starts with D.
Door, day, devil.
Duh.
All right, it's Prophet's turn again. Go ahead, bud.
Dog.
Dog, yeah, that's a good one. Now go ahead and spell it.
D-O-D.
Oh, man.
No.
Okay, go on and sit down. I repeat, do not write in these textbooks. I'm going to talk to Mr. Conroy.
Mrs. Brown, do you not like these people? Do you have something against them?
You are talking crazy.
You know, hitting them the way that you do does not make them smarter. It doesn't encourage them to learn. If anything, it makes them fear school. And it probably even makes them avoid and ignore everything you're trying to teach them.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm just guessing. But one thing I do know is that you don't listen.
Is that what you think? You don't control those children. You can't teach them. What you do is entertain them. Say, hey, get rowdy. And you say, all right, gang, break it up, break it up. Enough's enough. I hear you. I hear you all day long, Pat Conroy.
Basketball training had given me a sense for the opposition strategy, and I was starting to get a feeling Mrs. Brown might have put a defensive play in motion when it suddenly revealed itself.
Inside, Mr. Conroy.
Mr. Bennington, what a surprise.
Always a pleasure to see you, Esther. Your recent tardiness, Mr. Conroy, has been duly noted. Then there's the matter of this gas bill that you submitted for reimbursement. Oh, surely you don't expect our schools to pay for the gas that you use to get to work?
Yeah, I do.
But we don't pay for the other teachers to get to work.
Well, how many of them take boats?
Our county has no commuting allowance. Now, you were aware of that when we hired you on staff.
Since then, I got married.
We'll pay for your gas on Monday and Friday. Any other boat trips are considered recreational, which we expect you to bear the expense.
Let me get this straight. So you think marriage is recreational, and being a responsible father, now that's a sport?
That's not the point, Mr. Conroy.
It sure as heck is the point. That's exactly the
Mr.
point.
Conroy, please, do not fly off the handle.
Mrs. Brown, do you think I'm flying off the handle? I mean, as the principal of this school, you must have an opinion on my situation.
You know, Mrs. Brown has nothing to do with it.
Colleague to colleague. You think this is fair? It's Piedmont who's behind this, right?
You ever cross my jurisdiction?
Yeah, right, sure.
Yeah, I am responsible for your position here.
Okay. Yeah, well, guys gotta do what a guy's gotta do.
You can't just walk away. Where do you think you're going?
Well, see, I was told to follow a chain of command. Not to stop on the weakest link.
How dare you? You take one more step and I swear.
You what? What, are you gonna fire me? Do you really think you have the authority to do that? It's late. I'm going home.
Hold on, Conroy! Perhaps we can work something out here.
Democracy. Gotta love it.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! Yeah! Right! Come on, let's hear it for the scientists, and for Gordon, and for Conrad, and for Bean, huh? How about that, gang? 3 brave astronauts have just gone to the moon.
It ain't going to the moon.
What? Well, yeah, Frank, you just heard them blast off.
Mr. Conroy, ain't going to no moon.
Well, gang, who else here doesn't think the Apollo's going to the moon?
I don't think they're going to the moon, Mr.
Ooh, too far.
And Ethel, you too?
You say good, we question authority.
Well, yeah, but I didn't mean me. How are these kids ever going to make it on the mainland if they don't think man walked on the moon?
I know plenty of places in this country where they'd be right at home.
Well, darling, that's the point of education, right? That they don't end up in those places. Man, if they could ever see the real thing.
We'll take them to D.C.
Oh, yeah, right. Mrs. Brown would be totally into that.
There's Meadowlark Lemon bounce passing to the Clown Prince, Hubert Geese Osby. Way to go, Geese! And it's around the back through the legs, then over the top to Curly Neal, who quickly dumps it off to Bobby Joe Mason.
Oh, a big right hook from Frank the Hooker. Link in the Dirty comes up with it.
Oh, over here.
Ball goes out to Oscar the Spinner. Stolen by Saul the Small.
Oh! What name I got?
My man, you be Charles the Cool.
Charles the Cool. Who you be?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I be Pat the Rat. Mr. Bennington, I have a real chance to reach these kids.
Coffee?
No, thank you. This is a chance to expand their horizons.
How
beyond
about
the
some
infant-
melon?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
It's delicious.
No, thank you, really. By taking these kids into Washington, D.C., they're going to
Mr. Conroy, I think it's a wonderful idea. Now, if you are prepared to shoulder all responsibility, guarantee that there is absolutely no cost to the county, well, you have our full and unwavering support.
What them old lines for?
What lines?
Them lines. Them lines all over the road.
Oh, right. Those lines are divider lines. They tell the driver what side of the road he can stay on. Now, you see, if they're dotted, it means he can pass another car. And if it's a double line, it means he can't pass.
Just them lines say all that?
Yeah. Just some lines say all that.
Lincoln. Yep. Them buildings be straight in the sky. Ain't never seen nothing like that. Oh boy. Where all the cars going? Look at that. Look at that right there. That look like a marble. I got that one. You got that? You got that? Oh, look at that. It's spinning.
That's the Earth, Prophet.
What's that?
That's a picture of the Earth from the moon.
That Earth.
What do you think, Oscar, huh?
It's wicked.
Neat, huh? These pictures are amazing.
It's like Cinderella. We got to find who it is. Miss Conroy, you try it. Let's go.
Springtime came to Yamacraw with more bold promise than I'd experienced in some time. My spirit was uplifted, and my hopes were high for the children as graduation day approached.
It is my great honor today to introduce the best friend Yamacraw ever had, Mr. Ezra Bennington.
Boys and girls, good parents of Yamacraw, I just want to say that I think Yamacraw is as fine a school as any in this country, despite what some people might say. Now, sure, we got a few problems here. You show me a school in this country that doesn't have problems, I'll show you a car without udders. Now, I remember when I first came here, we had a plethora of problems, didn't we? But I remember I have to put in that electricity there, didn't I? Remember that? And the air conditioning. Well, we got a couple more things we got to clear up. We might want to do something.
You all passed the state requirements fair and square. Huh? I want you guys to know how proud I am of you. All right? Congratulations. Okay, everybody. One last piece of business. With the consent of all you parents, Barbara and I would like to invite you all to our house across the river for a graduation party.
Zeke?
Hello, Mr. Bennington.
Congratulations, Mr. Conroy.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown.
Your pecan pie is delicious.
Mr. Conroy, may I have a word with you, please?
Yeah, sure. What do you mean, consider other options?
Well, Mr. Conroy, it means that next year, your services will no longer be required at Yamacraw.
So in other words, I'm fired?
Well, let's just put it this way. You are expendable. Lovely party. Thank you. And my regards to your wife.
Could you please explain to me why I'm being fired?
Because you have been consistently late. And it is against the rule for teachers to be late. No exception. And you, young man, you've been trying to make an exception of yourself all year.
So you'd fire me for getting lost in the fog a couple times?
If you didn't commute, you wouldn't be lost. And if you weren't lost, you wouldn't be late.
So this is about my commuting?
No, it's about your entire attitude. It's about your ignoring the chain of command.
I've followed your blessed chain of command, link by link. That's why I'm here.
You endangered the lives of those young children by taking them on a wild ride to Washington.
Bennington gave his approval.
Well, if he did, he exceeded his authority.
He set me up for this.
I will not pay for gas. I will not tolerate your lateness, and I will not tolerate your willful neglect of my authority. You are hereby dismissed from Yamacraw, sir.
What is the matter with you, boy? You gonna let yourself be dishonored by some bow-tie gas bag? Never took a hole nothing rougher than a golf club. Don't you know a Conroy never backs down? A Conroy takes crap from no man.
Is there anything else?
You know, Dr. Piedmont, you leave me no choice but to take my cause to the Board of Education.
Your cause? Your cause, sir. You go right ahead.
Well, I'm not worried. Not a little bit. Heck, I was told that Beaumont has the most democratic school system in the whole country. Oh, no! Your turn. You know they're gonna load my record with, well, I don't know what. But whatever it is, they're gonna make sure I never teach again.
Well, can I ask you something? You sure this is about you righting a wrong, or is it you picking a fight?
Listen, this is how I was raised. You fight or you fold. You win or you die. There's no middle ground. It's the Conroy way.
But are you sure it's your way?
I'm dead sure.
Is that you talking or your father? You're too good for them, Pat. In this case, there is a middle ground. You can choose to walk away. You've got the parents on track. They can take it from here. You know that, right?
I can't go down. Not like this.
Your move, Daddy.
Thank you, sweetie.
It came to pass there was a meeting of the Beaumont County School Board. The regulars showed up right on time. And so did the irregulars.
He the one, ain't he? The one over there with Bennington.
Yes, ma'am, that's him.
I should have brought my Betsy out of that house all loaded up. Dropped that man down where he should have been.
Can't go around killing folks with buckshot head. The whole world ain't like Yamacraw.
Pity.
Supper this week.
You wear that same tie. You wear that tie every single time I see you. I owe you $5. I promise that was very funny.
On the matter regarding Mr. Conroy's service on Yamacraw Island, the school board has reviewed Mr. Conroy's record of insubordination, gross neglect of duty, and conduct unbecoming a professional educator.
Oh, hold on now. Hold on.
Any more of that ruckus, we'll clear the room.
Sir, may I speak to my record?
Make it brief.
Gross neglect of duty, conduct unbecoming. These all sound like very serious charges. Charges that could easily find their way into a court of law.
Sonny boy, are you threatening this fine board with a lawsuit? Is that what you're doing?
Dr. Piedmont, this is my time.
Dr. Piedmont has the floor.
No, he doesn't.
Folks, what you're getting here is just a little taste of this young man's obstreperous nature. This is a young man who thinks he can take children on a field trip to our nation's capital without proper authorization.
I had proper authorization.
The Beaumont School Board rules to uphold its decision to terminate employment.
Mr. Chairman. Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, I only want... I just want to say...
Go on, Mrs. Brown. We don't have all night.
Yes, sir. Just want to say that, personally, as a colleague of Mr. Conroy, I find your decision unfair.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown. This meeting is adjourned.
Only one thing to do. We're gonna get all the folks, kids too, everybody on Yamacraw go mark his name. If they don't bring y'all back, we're gonna strike the school.
Edna, I don't know.
Ain't for you to know. Time for us to know. Time for Piedmont to know. Mr. Big Boss Superintendent, you ain't off the hot stove yet. You sign this here petition. Here, make your best mark.
What do they think they're doing? Sticking to their word, looks like. Conroy doesn't get reinstated, they're going to strike the school. I'll find out.
All right, everybody, calm down. Calm down now. Come on now. Listen to me. Give me that. Give it mine.
Hey, give it mine.
My district. Listen up, people. Calm down now. Come on, calm down. Now you listen to me. If you people strike the school and do not allow your children to attend class this fall, you are going to be breaking the compulsory attendance law. You are going to be facing a fine of $50 per day. Listen now, listen.
Piedmont read them the riot act through a bullhorn. The folks of Yamacraw read it right back, with no need to amplify their voice.
Look now, I've got the most democratic school system in this country.
This our school. Ain't no mainland school. We teach our children be our business. Ain't nothing to do with no big boss superintendent.
Get out. Come on, get out.
Let me guess what you're thinking. A Conroy never backs down. A Conroy takes crap from no man. But you're not him. You're you. A loser teacher who can't hold a job because he loves kids too much.
I love you. I ever tell you that?
Not nearly enough.
You ever seen a snake milking cow?
Come over the hot fire, and then the fur. All these Sundays switch right up.
You still ugly.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Gates open!
You say good, we question authority.
Miss Conroy.
I appreciate what you said at the meeting. I know that wasn't easy. You might enjoy this. It really helped me. So long, Mrs. Brown. Hey, you have a good summer now, all right? Don't miss them shrimp.
We got this here petition signed, just like I said. Every parent on the island signed it. Now we're going to take it down to the next board meeting and
Deliver the news.
This is very well written. They'd be impressed. I know that I am. I don't want you to do it. In the end, it's these kids who are going to end up losing.
they lose if you don't teach them.
We don't want our children hit no more. It ain't right.
I think that maybe Mrs. Brown has started to see the light on that. And besides, there are plenty of other teachers. Most of them way smarter than me.
You smart? Smart. You are teachers.
Hold on. Please. Please. Maybe y'all can't see it yet, but you've already won. That school is yours now. You stood your ground, and they got the message that you're in charge of your children's education. All you have to do now is stay involved. Always. And never back down. Never back down.
No, don't leave.
What about you? What are you gonna do?
I got this little girl who just started calling me daddy. I won't be sure it stays that way. Y'all look out for yourselves.
He takes care of our own.
Edna, you are a magnificent creature.
Oh.
You're a queen. Safe.
Oh, all right, all right.
Go on.
Oh, well.
Superman, what state we at?
South Carolina.
State capital name!
Columbia.
Go from planet to the sun!
Mercury!
One time a man say, we gotta question the rules and the law, and not believe a thing just because the big chief says so.
Ralph Waldo Emerson.
I wondered then, as I do now, whose life got